ricotta gnocchi. So I have full fat ricotta, and I'm going to use as much flour as I need to make a dough that is consistent, that's consistent and has enough consistency that I'll be able to, let's see here. It's a little different when you're doing this all by yourself and just cooking for your family as it is to just do this in front of a camera. So I have full fat ricotta, all-purpose flour. I have freshly grated Parmesan cheese. I have dry parsley. I have a little bit of oregano. If you don't like oregano, you don't have to use it. I have salt. And a little pepper. Now, I know a lot of people do not like parsley or oregano or anything in their gnocchi. That's fine. You can make it any way you want to make it. But I think that for the people that don't have the time to boil potatoes and let them sit and then put them through a ricer, this gnocchi is so easy and so delicious. It's really ridiculous, as Chris's mother used to say. Absolutely ridiculous. And I have a little bit of water. This is a very forgiving recipe. In my haste to do this video for you, I added a little too much flour. That's okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. It'll loosen everything up and you'll see how nice and smooth this recipe is. This is a very forgiving dough. Full fat ricotta, remember. When I married my husband and met his mother, his parents, I was a little intimidated. I wanted her to like me. I was concerned because Northern Italy and Southern Italy, what part of Italy were they from? I knew my father's family was from Naples. I was concerned about all these things, right? So that was the first thing that I thought. And when I came in, Italian mothers are by nature very protective over their sons. And so she was nice, but probably hoping I didn't stay. And I learned that she's a very proud woman. And she was, I think, 81 when I met her. And so that's really the journey that we're going to go on, is about Santa's recipes. Now, my mother was a really good cook as well. And so I changed the name from Santa's Italian Family Recipes to Santa's Italian Family Cooking. So that if I wanted to show you a recipe from my family, that would be okay. So that's the plan. Just getting this dough going takes a minute, then it It's nice and smooth. This cutting board was made locally by the Amish. They do wonderful work. They really do wonderful work. It's made from all Maine wood. They stand behind their product. I also sent my sister in Boston one. It got lost, so they replaced it. And they sent another one, and the second one was delivered with a chip in it. And so when they called to ask how it turned out, I told them, and they sent a third one. They're a little pricey, but they're worth it. The more you use them, the better they are. So, all I'm doing is really kneading this. This is a fun recipe for children to do. If you're a grandparent, having your grandchildren do it with you. My grandchildren used to love to do it with me. There's no studio here, guys. We're not set up for filming, really. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to make something very delicious and nutritious that almost everybody has these ingredients in their home. So I'm just incorporating the flour, the ricotta, the freshly grated parm, and then this part goes really quickly. So initially when I thought about doing this video, I was gonna do Santa's potato gnocchi. And I boiled the potatoes, and because I was getting this ready, this little filming area ready, I should have let them cook about another 5-10 minutes, but I didn't. I wanted to start out with a recipe of Santa's, but that's okay. I wanted to bring you something easy that anybody can do so simply. And so it's really, it is about the ingredients, but it's really about the love that you put into what you're making. And so, all right. So there is 4 cups of flour, somewhere around there. You have to feel it. You want that dough to be like that, almost like a bread dough. And then leave it there. Add a container of full-fat yogurt. The brand doesn't really matter, as long as it's, you know, made here and sealed well and in date. You should be fine.
Container of ricotta.
What did I say?
Yogurt.
Did I say yogurt?
That's a 16-ounce ricotta. 16 ounce.
It's a 16-ounce. It's a 16-ounce ricotta. I don't recall saying yogurt, but I guess maybe I did. I was just thinking I was going to do yogurt for my dogs. It is possible. If you know me on my dog channel, Bella Vista English Mastiff, or on the Facebook channel, if I'm really, really busy, sometimes I will say left, you know, when I mean right, or her when I mean him. I think that what it comes right down to is I'm trying to show people, women particularly, or men, how easy a nice Italian gnocchi can be. This is just about really, gnocchi really means pillow. So funny thing about my mother-in-law, I'm going to show you. My mother-in-law had a technique without a board. Some people have a potato, a gnocchi board. My mother-in-law did not. She would just come in here with this board scraper and then push them off to the side. Push them off to the side. Can you tell I'm a little nervous? Anyway, gnocchi means pillow. So funny thing about my mother-in-law, every time she made gnocchi, and listen, what's your language of love? My mother-in-law's language of love was cooking for you. If she thought you were feeling down, she would make gnocchi, she would make pizzelle, she would make pound cake, her spin on Italian pound cake. She would make carrot cake and recipes that she had 50, 60 years ago. And so one thing I never really tried to do, because I learned early on, even though my family's Italian too, was to ever tell her that my family did it this way. Also, lesson learned, if you are a husband watching this, don't tell your wife that your mother did it this way or that way. No woman needs to hear that, okay? So basically, you're just flouring up your hands. It doesn't have to be perfect. That is no Italian woman ever came from Italy over on a ship into Ellis Island and ever did anything perfect. But getting back to my mother-in-law, one thing you really never want to do is tell an Italian woman that's been doing things her way for 70 years, and I met my mother-in-law, I think she was 81, to ever tell her, well, my mother did it this way, or my Nana did it that way. You did not do that. And if you made something in the house, because they had this farm and the farm up the road, we lived in the farm up the road, and my in-laws lived in this house. Chris bought them this farm to live in. And I learned very early on, you do not say, well, my mother did it this way. So I realized she earned her place in this world to do it whatever way she thought best. Now, whether they're